What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Mock Games and week 4 of SubLand Park. Can you believe it's week 4 already? 4 creators as of today have built in SubLand Park. That's crazy. A month has gone by since I first started this series. Now, I'm just going to talk a little bit to begin with about my kind of worries for this series when I first went into this. I didn't know what people were going to build. I didn't know if this was going to work. So far, this is working absolutely amazingly, if that's even a word. And I'm so happy with the way this is turning out so far. And everything is just absolutely 100% better than I could have planned for. So what I'm going to show you today is work that has been done by Flaero. Obviously, his links will be in the description and we will be chatting to him at the end of today's episode. But we're going to be putting his name up on the board today. Obviously, the 4th creator in the park so far. And taking a look at some of the work that he's been building on this week. And we're going to get into that in just a second. But before we do that, of course, we're going to come over to the board of creators, as always, at the beginning of today's episode. And we're going to proudly put his name up here on the board because he deserves to be up there. So there we go. Flaero is now on the board. So without further ado, let's take a look at what he's been building, because he's built a massive chunk of the park. And I'm really excited to show you this. So we're just going to swing around. This, of course, here was what Apaxagon built. And, oh, we got a new flat ride here, which is interesting. And we have a new coaster. And it looks like we got some Greek theming going on over there. Okay, so this is the section that Flaero decided to build in this week. So we're just going to zoom out a little bit here because this is better viewed from above, I think. So you guys can kind of see the area and the space that he's occupied with his build. So this obviously all around here is all new this week. This is all brand new. This is stuff that he has been working on, and very close to the start of the park here. So it's going to be interesting to see who is going to come and fill this space here. Obviously, I did add this little pathway here just for a little indicator for someone, if someone wants to come in and build a main street, kind of where they could put that. Obviously, I've placed that there. That can be moved or changed, but yeah, the park is really coming together now. Look at this. This is absolutely fantastic. We got some more water going on around here, a little lake section. Obviously, we have this, I think this is an Intamin launch coaster. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is a nice Intamin launch coaster here, which is really good. This is like the first actual adults roller coaster we've got on the ride. Obviously, this one over here is a child's or a younger kid's roller coaster. We got the log flume over here, and we also have the track ride in here. But this is the first one that is designed and aimed at adults, or the older, more daring people that enter the park. So that's really awesome to see. I kind of would have thought that this style of coaster would have been built a little bit earlier on, but it's really nice that it's happened now, because obviously everything so far has not really been aimed towards adults in the park, which is awesome. And there's also 2 new additions here with 2 new flat rides. We've got this one here, which is the I'm not sure if that's the name that he's given to this ride, but it's this spinny, crazy looking flat ride here. Now this one was recently added, I believe, not too long ago, so that's really awesome to see. Nice theming around here as well with the queue line and everything. We'll go into more detail with the theming in a little bit, but we're just going to take a look at some of the stuff that's been put in this ride, in this park, sorry. And we have this awesome swinging flat ride. I absolutely love this. We'll probably have a little bit of footage from actually on this ride a little bit later on in today's episode, so you guys can kind of get a little bit of a view from actually riding this, what you would see in the park when you're taking a ride on this. So there we go. So as you can see, obviously this is one of 2, I believe, entrances into this section of the park. We got this awesome archway here, which was built by CoasterShot in episode 1, and we got this gap over here. So there's 2 ways into this section of the park. We got this awesome really wide path that we've got going on here, which is really nice. I really do like it when people make these really wide pathways, especially when there's accompanied by some water or something like that, where people can come stand up here, maybe get a few benches in here. I would have done, but other than that, really nice. Swinging around here, we got this pathway going across to a little area with a few benches and dustbins over there. So if you want to take a nice little stroll over there and take a look at the ride, maybe your family member or child or whatever is on the roller coaster, you can go sit over there and relax while they're taking a nice ride on the coaster. And a bridge that goes over there as well. Obviously there's nothing over there just yet. But as you can see, this whole area or section of the park has been designed around Greek kind of architecture, which is really nice. Something that's not yet been done in the park up until now. So we do have a shop here. I'm not really sure what this is. This is a Street Fox coffee. Really nice there. So I guess this is kind of like a pathway or queue line for that. This over here is the entrance to this nice spinny ride. Probably one of the few rides I would not like to ride in real life. This thing just spins you way too much, and probably at my age I would puke if I went on this in real life, but there we go. Okay, so taking a little bit more closer look around this side. So this over here is obviously the other flat ride that is in the park. We got a nice queue line once again. The queue line's actually here, sorry. I thought this was the queue line, then that seems to be the exit. But this is the queue line here. Once again, really nicely decorated with some foliage over there. Also incorporate a little bit of the building here into the side of this queue line, which is really cool, really nice. Keeps it nice and tucked away. A little bit of shade in there in case it's a really hot day. No sunstroke when you're queuing up for this ride, which is always a good thing. And this comes all the way around here. So one thing I do want to point out with this is he's actually come right up to the other section of the park. Of course, this all here was built by Apaxagon when he did his. And a little bit of theming has been added here with the little Greek walls that are accompanied by the side of this entrance or queue line to this flat ride. But he's brought this right the way up, so we don't have any kind of like dead space or area where someone has to try and come in later down the line and decorate it. That's all already been done, which is really nice. So no dead space that needs to be filled in, which is really good. And a lovely little foliage bed here with some rocks in it. Oh, a little bit of lag there. This ride seems to drop my FPS a little bit. So there we go. So that's really awesome. And this coaster is just crazy. It's not the tallest here. Some obviously coasters in real life that have this kind of design are a little bit taller, but this also has a lot of other inversions and sections of the ride as well. So let's watch this actually. There it goes. Oh yeah. So we'll be taking a ride on this towards the end of today's video. So if you're interested in the POV of this coaster, stick around for that. But yeah, look at this decoration. We've got this lovely little bridge here that goes over the track. That's really nice. The the barriers on here are a little bit small. Probably a little bit dangerous if you're going to walk over here with a young child. Make sure you hold their hand because they may end up face first on the track if you're not careful. But there we go. And this lovely little building that goes over the top of the launch section. Really nice. Okay, so let's fly through here. Hopefully we don't get hit. Oh, there we go. That was a bit dangerous. Nice little fountain here. I'm guessing this is the queue line. Yes, this is definitely the queue line. And that is the station there. So the station obviously decorated with this lovely Greek building and this kind of like bandstand section. I don't really know what this would be called. It does look a lot like a bandstand, just in kind of like Greek decorations, but very nice. Fits in really well with the path there. So this queue line's really nice. We've got some shaded areas, not completely shaded. You're going to be in and you're going to be out of the sun there if you're not careful. Sunscreen is advised, or sun cream if you're from the UK. So this actually goes underneath the track here, which is really nice. I really like the way that he's used different levels. I'm really bad at doing this in my builds. I'm usually a flat plane kind of builder, but I love it when people use different heights, especially when you go underneath the track, which is really awesome. And this net in here, obviously to stop people from dropping their keys and hats and mobile phones on top of the guests' heads when they pass underneath the track there. So really nice. And this obviously continues around here. A little bit of cattle pen in here with the queue line, but that's not too much of a problem. That's really nice. And the ride goes all the way around there, and he's fenced it in as well, which is really nice. Okay, so there we go. That is really awesome. I wasn't expecting a launch coaster from this week's builder, but it is fantastic. It really does fit in well with this park. And I believe this is lit up really, really nicely. So let's flick this to nighttime real quick and have a look. There we go. Look at that. Some awesome lights going on. So this whole track has been illuminated somehow. Don't ask me how. I guess some sort of spotlights or lights have been placed into this track to light this up, which looks really great at night. And we have this awesome green illumination for the big tower here. Wow. And then of course all the other buildings kind of have that yellowy kind of flame-ish kind of yellowy color light to it, and a little bit of red around the queue line. Awesome stuff right there. That's fantastic. So I think this week is probably the biggest build we've had since week 1 in terms of space used. I would say this whole area here is probably about the same, maybe a little bit more than what CoasterShots did in his build. But yeah, let's just zoom out real quick, take a look at how much room is left. So I would probably say that we've used at this point maybe 1/5 of the whole area of the park. So we still got tons of room. We probably still got room for maybe 12 or more people to come in and build there. So like I said last week, if you are interested in being a part of SubLand Park, the applications are still open on the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description. All you have to do, come across to the Discord. There is a section over there called SubLand Park Applications. You just go to that room and post a few of your images of your past work or workshop items that you've uploaded, and we'll find a suitable time and place for you to come in and hopefully build in the park. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely do jump on the Discord. Awesome community over there, and we'll get you fitted in at some point. So that is really fantastic. Of course, POV will be coming up a little bit later on. But now that we've seen everything that has been built this week by Flaero, we're going to get him on the line and have a little bit of a chat with him real quick. And then once the interview is over, we will come back and have a little POV on the coaster. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Flaero. So we are now joined by Flaero himself. Welcome Flaero, thank you very much for taking the time this week to actually come on to SubLand Park and build this awesome section of the park for us. I really appreciate that. Thank you once again for joining us and being a part of the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the channel.
So obviously everyone now has seen exactly what you've built over the last few days, and firstly I would like to say it's fantastic. I really love what you have built here, but just real quickly, what sort of inspiration did you have for this section of the park? Where did you get your inspiration from, and how did you use that to your advantage when building in this park?
So I got my inspiration from Poseidon in Europa Park, Germany. It's a Greek-themed water coaster made by a Mac, and it has some great theming. I love Europa Park, so that's why I chose for the Greek theme.
So thank you once again for being on the show. I really appreciate it. You've done a fantastic job. I'm sure everyone in the comment section will tell you exactly how well you did. because it's fantastic. It's a great addition to the park. I wasn't expecting to have a launch coaster in the park at this point, but you've put one in and it really fits in with everything else, and it's really great. So other than that, what sort of stuff are you going to be working on with your channel? I know you've been uploading a lot of PlanetCoaster on your channel recently. Are you going to continue with that, or is there any sort of plans for the future that you'd like to talk about real quick?
Well, I just ended with uploading 5 videos per week because it was way too much work and it was hard to combine with school. So yeah, from now on I want to make 1 or 2 videos per week, but with higher quality, you know, quality above quantity. And yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. So once again, like I've said a million times, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you want to check out Flaero's other work, make sure you do so. The link to his YouTube will be in the description. It'd be great if you'd go over there, show him some support, subscribe to his channel and whatnot over there. And once again, for the last time, thank you so much for being on the show. Really appreciate you coming along and working on the park. But remember guys, SubLand Park is not finished. SubLand Park will continue the same time next week. We have a builder currently working in the park as we speak right now, and we will be covering that in next week's episode. So make sure you do come back this time next week for episode 5 of SubLand Park, and we'll check out just exactly what they've been building in the park. Remember, once again, if you want to get involved with this park, join the Discord chat. It's very simple. I spoke about it earlier on in today's show, and you could maybe be a part of SubLand Park in the next couple of weeks if that would be something you would be interested in. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you checking out SubLand Park episode 4, and if you liked it, drop a like. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not so already. Remember, links to all the builders that have currently been building in the park are in the description, so you can check all of them out down there. Other than that, thank you for watching. I'll leave you guys now with the POV of the coaster, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.